My big brother, my hero. He's part of me, like my arms and legs. So I'll be his. See, there's no time for tired. This starts again tomorrow. He'll be waiting for me. I wake up for him. I know he needs me, but I'm the lucky one. Even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 877-333-5885. Caregiving Resource Center. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do. Oh, tell the world I see with an emoji to stop the bullies.
Know someone who's being bullied online? Send the witness emoji. It looks like an eye in a speech bubble, and it's in the symbol section near the clocks in your phone. You'll let the world know it isn't cool, and you'll let your friend know you care. Learn more about the witness emoji at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Saturday, August 28th, add it to your calendar. The Sports Betting Channel presents To Be Determined. Our new show starts at 8 o'clock out here in San Diego, 11 o'clock in New York, and then we're done just in time for the first game kickoffs for college football. You're going to get 4 totally different slices of sports. Blackhawk West joins us for Saturdays in Canada and some plays for the CFL game. What do you do when the easy sports data is trending in opposite directions? Well, Mo's going to help us decide what to do on Something's Gotta Give. There's also Paulo's plays. Now, if you're not betting soccer, you really should be. And this guy is very, very good. Finally, there's Wake and Bake, where sports betting meets marijuana. Hey, the games start early here in Southern California. Now, 9 o'clock's a lot easier when marijuana is legal. It's like having 4 shows in one. Check it out Saturday, August 28th on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, on the Belly Up Sports Podcast Network, and on the Sports Betting Channel.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Colt Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu Karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com, or call or text 516-381-9660. That's 516-381-9660.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stock, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value, market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities Treasurers LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC, annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network LLC.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor, and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit them online at www.allstate.com/. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
That's the bottom line. The Stone Cold Simpson.
Everybody dies.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it. Woo! Yes, sir! What the rock is cooking.
Now, welcome to Off the Mat with Alex Slows, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Trying to move around as much as I can, if anybody can see it.
Nope.
Yes, we are back. We are back. Well, nobody can see you because some or a TV show or something like that doesn't want to be seen on camera. So, but we are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is All Matt right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, the only wrestling talk show joining you every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Josh Silverberg. Alongside with me, of course, my co-hosts. As always, they're going to take most of the show tonight because there's only so much I could do in regards to controlling my camera and everything like that. First off, he's back. He's feeling much better. He's himself again. That is Mr. Slows. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, Josh. It's been an amazing week for wrestling.
There you go.
I cannot wait to talk about AEW Dynamite and the match between Kenny Omega and Brian Danielson, as well as the G1 Climax, which has been an amazing tournament so far. So stick with us here the whole way through the show.
Absolutely. I'm trying to get my stuff together. You know, I'm so
yeah.
I'll get to it in a second. Lyle, you're joining us now. What's up, man?
Nothing much. I'm really excited to talk a great show tonight. Rocking my Brody Lee shirt. The Rochester show it's going to be on tomorrow was the show that he was supposed to debut at. So it's definitely going to be a emotional show.
Yeah.
I expect them to do something for Brody, and I'm interested to see what they're doing. I know tonight there is a movie theater in Rochester that is showing a documentary on Brody Lee, and I really wish there's a way that I can watch that. But going to be a good show tomorrow.
That's awesome. I didn't even know that. That's a cool thing that they're doing for sure for the hometown guy. And it's crazy to think that, what was it, 2 years ago? That was the debut show. What was it? Or was it last year? Something it was going to be his debut show, and they've constantly. It's been moved around back and forth. We don't know. It's been rescheduled 3 or 4 times, and now they're finally doing it. And of course, Speedy PD with us on the production tonight. Everything like that. So, everything like that. So pretty much, I'm gonna go over what happened. So pretty much, I usually use my other computer, my Mac computer that I have. That I usually use it. It's my wife's computer, and obviously it was an accident. Of course, she has a lot going on and everything like that with work and baby and everything like that. That she accidentally left the charger at work. So that's why I'm using this computer. I have my old setup. Alex remembers this setup with my old with my headphones and my mic and the whole thing. This is going back to this is going back to the OG days with Off the Mat before Lyle was even a thought to be a part of the show. That's how old this is. Like me going back to my apartment in Queens. This is what this is like. It's like, oh my God, how Takedown was a little bit too. when we were filming it from home. I used a mic, I used a headset, and everything like that. So listen, I know it's not the best. I know it's not the greatest, but listen. It was two choices: either I don't make night, or I let it lag a little bit. And I'm gonna let these guys do most of the talking tonight, as it is anyway. Before we get to our topics and everything like that, of course, we got to get to our comment section. It's the best part of the show, and it starts with Snug. Can you smell what Josh is cooking? Hi, whatever. Then he writes, I always can't wait what he has to say. And then he says, Speedy Petey is the glue that holds the network together. So it's like Gorilla Glue. It feels like he's glued on twice. That's what I get the sense of. Yes. So good for him for that one. But he is right about that.
Yeah.
Before we also get to that, we could also tell you how you can listen to our show every single week and stuff like that. And it's very simple. If you have an iPhone, you go to the Apple Store. If you have an Android, you go to the Google Play Store. In the iPhone, you type in WWSRN. Basically, what you do is you download our app. You get our show schedules. You listen to our shows live. You get our show content, all of our articles that we all write about on here, and everything like that. Check us out on worldwidesportradio.com, as well as checking us out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, you name it, we are on it. And Alex, you want to plug in our website for the show now as well, if you'd like to.
Absolutely. We have the Off the Mat WWSRN website. The link is in our Twitter bio. You click on that link, it'll take you to our site. We have a pay-per-view schedule for the whole months of September and October. We also have past interviews on our website as well as past shows. So please feel free to check all that out.
So, Alex, why don't you tell everybody what the Twitter is so they can find it?
Yes, our Twitter is Off the Mat WWSRN, at Off the Mat WWSRN.
And Alex and Lara they both do a great job running it and everything. I let these guys handle the social media aspect of it because I don't know social media from a hole in the wall, so I let them do everything with that. So let's get right into it, boys. Lara and I, we were there Wednesday last week. It was an amazing show from top to bottom. It's interesting because, you always hear on different shows, what are the good, what are the bad, and what are the ugly of different shows. I don't really think there was any ugly for Dynamite last week. I mean, I would say the worst you could give them was like a fair, maybe with certain aspects, like MJF Pullman was fair. Moving out the women's main event, maybe swapping that out, like Danielson and Omega go on last. But I think, all in all, the show was a hit. Excuse me. I think it was 1,275 was the viewership they got, Lyle.
It was around that. Yeah.
It was around that. And everybody.
I got to ask you guys.
Everybody was expecting. Yeah, go for it, Alex.
I was going to ask you guys, what was the atmosphere like there? What was the crowd like? What was the energy like? Was it surreal when Bryan Danielson came out to face Kenny Omega? What was that like for you guys?
It was great. It was a great atmosphere overall. The crowd was in it from the beginning. I love the fact that they started off with it. I think that if they ended it with it, the problem is that you can tell what you would have been able to tell when they started the match, that it could have been a draw because they would have had to start it just before 9:30, and it could have given it away. So I enjoyed that, or I liked that aspect of that match. The crowd was crazy for the match right from the get-go. We'll get more into that match in a little bit, but yeah. Josh, why don't you tell Alex and our listeners about the atmosphere that night?
Yeah, I mean, Lyle said perfectly. I thought the crowd was into it top to bottom. People had questions online. Was it smart having them start the show? I did not mind it. I didn't have a problem with it. To me, it was something that, like Lyle said, if it went on at 9:30, you know there's going to be a draw. Like you just know that that's going to be the outcome because it's like, all right, clearly, because they never end AEW early and they don't end it over the time limit. They usually end it spot on at 10 o'clock. You know, so it's to me, I felt like having it now. I thought they did the smart. I mean, look, they had that start off, and then they went to the Punk interview, and the crowd was still revved up. And then what you did was you always have that one match that brings everybody back down. Let's let everybody relax. Right, we had a lot of energy just now. It was a lot to take in. Let's everybody come back down to earth a little bit. Give everybody a rest. That's where you had Pillman. Yeah, and kind of on Rampage, you had it going on Rampage. Then you had Anna Jay and Penelope Ford. Everybody relax, you know, take a breather, take a few minutes, get the crowd re-energized, and go with the flow at that point. So I thought that was very smart on their part. And I was very. Listen, I think Britt's great. I think Ruby's going to get better. I thought the main event was okay. It was good. It was good. Do I think it should have been the main event? I don't know. I think it's tough to say.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely
was Rampage was such a jam-packed card.
Match.
No, I mean I understand it's the only title match, but at the same time, though, I don't know. To me, I think with a show like that on Dynamite, I mean, I guess it kind of helps because Rampage was on Friday, so I guess it kind of helps because the crowd still got to see other matches after it was over. So I guess you get the Super Click match and the CM Punk match. So I guess it kind of ends. I thought the match was good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wasn't great or anything like that. It was good. The crowd was into it, which was nice. But listen, great show overall. AEW hit it out of the park. They crowd was them. So, you know, to me, and we'll start with this match with you guys. We'll let I'll let Alex start first, and we'll let Lau go. Mm-hmm. Thoughts on Omega Danielson? Perfect ending. Disappointed. Which one?
I loved the ending. I thought it was good because it's great. It's good storytelling, and it adds more. It adds more suspense. So you're wondering what's gonna happen next with Adam Cole, the Young Bucks, and Bryan Danielson and Christian and all of them. You're wondering how they're going to react, what they're gonna do, how they're gonna come back at the Young Bucks and the Elite. And I thought the match was amazing. Dave Meltzer even rated it a 5-star match. That's how good it was. And the thing that surprised me was when Kenny Omega tried to go for the V trigger before Danielson. He countered it into a one-winged angel with a reverse Hurricane Rana. I thought that was a beautiful transition. It was amazing to see how they were going back and forth in the match. And if you really think about it, Kenny Omega, he's one of the top guys for a reason right now. I mean, he has had he's had the AEW World Championship title for 296 days now. That's incredible. I think he's definitely one of the guys who has a huge mark in the business because of what he's doing and how much potential he has put into these matches. And I actually have something in front of me. Kenny Omega has had 26 single title reigns in his career, while Bryan Danielson has only had 8. So, and I'm going to ask you guys this question. Who is more deserving of a title shot, CM Punk or Bryan Danielson?
Neither right now.
Because honestly, I think eventually they have to do a triple threat match for that title. Eventually, I'm not saying now, but like in the near future.
As fun as that would be, I don't think it would ever happen. Punk is dead set on facing young talent right now. That's what he wants to do. And I don't think they have any plans of taking him away from what he wants to do. So I think that's just where he's going to be for a while.
Josh?
But
I mean, if you had to ask me of a choice of the two of them, listen, like Lyle said, I don't think either one of them are going to get it because they're not.
Yeah, they're
deserving
more
of it, 'cause
focused
there
on
is a
young
ranking
talent.
system of.
Yeah.
You all know how I feel about the ranking system, sure, but it's. I mean, look, I think Danielson at this point in their careers is. And this is not a knock on Punk. Punk's been out of the ring for 7 years. He's still trying to get his feet under him and everything like that. He's still working his way into getting the ring rust off of him. He's had 2 nice matches. But what Bryan Danielson did the other night, first off, and I give credit to him, he took about 90% of the brunt in that match.
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah. The V trigger from the V trigger from the entranceway was insane. You could see on his chest on how red it was. I mean, he took a lot of the. I think Bryan is going to work his way to getting to that championship match. I think Lau and I are in agreement that it will probably happen at Full Gear. I think it's the way to go. It's in November, so you have time to build towards that match. You have time to give the time to really make that match worth getting people excited about, which people are excited about it because they saw a banger of a match last Wednesday. A banger last Wednesday. So we want to see it again. I mean, this is it. I went into that match and everybody was saying Omega Okada, that's the match. That's a match. And I said, I think people let's give Danielson a shot here.
Yeah.
To see what he does in the ring with Omega. And he put on a freaking click. Because it was actually interesting because when Lyle and I were watching it, Lyle and I were actually at the show. We were saying, oh, look, he got knees up in time. Look at where he landed. He landed on his knees first, then he landed on his stomach. Like that's perfection at its finest. With how you work, you're making things look better, and also in a very safe way. So to me, I think Danielson is definitely Danielson's right now the way better wrestler than Punk is, and that's no disrespect to Punk.
Yeah,
it's just Punk's been out of for 7 years.
Yeah,
Danielson
he needs time.
He's one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Yeah. CM Punk just needs time to get all that rust off him.
But though, and I don't know if you guys would agree with this. I don't know if Punk right now can go toe to toe, bout for bout with Omega. That's just the thing.
No,
I don't know if he's there yet to do it.
He hasn't shown that he can, but I don't know if it's on purpose, and they want to give him it's kind of reminiscent of when Shawn Michaels came back. And when he came back, his matches were always, he wasn't the same. And it showed at the beginning, and they did it on purpose. They wanted him to get back to where he was and have that moment. And I don't know if that's what they're doing with Punk, because, and we'll touch on it later on, his match with Hobbs, he looked more like himself. He had a great match with Hobbs. Darby. I think that is the route they're going, and you're going to see it as it gets on, as he shows more and more and more of what he can do.
Really quick, let me get to the comment section. Carl, shout out to him. He says, these NXT women utilizing the table time. Snug says, one night you guys should all wear wrestling boots and costumes on the show. Josh could do the Disco Inferno. Lyle could do... early Riot, and Alex could do Kidman, and then Carlos the chair. So Carlos watching NXT, which is cool. Listen, like I said, I still watch NXT. I think most of us do watch NXT at this point. Listen, it's not what it is. It's just not what it was.
It's not even close.
It's still
no
better than what It's not even exactly, and it's not going to be. And we need to get off that schneid that it is ever going to be that way again. It's just not. It's over.
No, it's not.
I was wondering, really quick. I thought the show was really good. Yes, Lyle.
I was wondering to myself, would NXT ever have a takeover again?
Probably. I'm not.
Or are they going to have a different name?
They will. I mean, they used to. I mean, they used to. Even when it's big, ginormous brand that they were still having takeovers on the network.
Yeah,
but it was all that old different type of. It was that old different type of show still. Now it's completely different. It's a different type of show now.
No, but I'm saying when they
are they going to try and leave that old format, and are they going to have new format with a whole new pay-per-view type of thing? It's something I'm curious about.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Is if
I'm
wondering if they're going to go back and use something similar to NXT Arrival. Maybe I don't really know.
I don't think they'll use either.
No, not the same concept, but like something.
I don't know if they would use that name. No.
Just something like
similar,
yeah. Not like exact same carbon copy.
Yeah. I mean, look, you're still gonna. I would think they're still gonna have some stuff now. We'll get to WWE a little bit later. We saw the Royal Rumble was announced on a Saturday again this year, which seems to me that WWE is going those routes of Saturday pay-per-views, which leads me to believe that maybe they'll have NXT Sundays during when the big pay-per-views happen. They might do that this show. So, I mean, you never know. You know, we'll see. I mean, look, it makes sense. I mean, what are these people working for then? I mean, what are they working for? They're not going to have that big payoff match when they're there. It's pointless. So
yeah, it is.
You know, we're back to AEW quick. You know, I just thought the atmosphere. First off, Arthur Ashe did a great job. Well, I mean, the staff. Listen, they were not prepared for. Carl, by the way, Carl, the SmackDown draft is this Friday. The draft is this Friday. Clearly, they were prepared for what was happening, but you know, at the. You know, I mean, look, it's a tennis stadium. It's only utilized for tennis. It's not utilized for other events. No. So I don't know if they were really prepared for the staff that they were having for this show. And that's on them. That's not on AEW.
No.
But, I mean, look, I had no problem with the line. But, by the way, shout out to John Alba, who Lyle and I got to hang out. We got to hang out with him. I was texting with him before he met with us outside the stadium to hang out with us for a few minutes. So that was cool of John to do that with us. He had his wrestling match over the weekend. I got to watch it. It was frightening to say the least. At some point, I thought John was going to die. I really did. You know, I thought the show was fun. Mm-hmm. It was different. It was a different vibe. Yeah. And now it seems like W is going to try to take that concept because they're planning 8, according to Sean Ross, they're planning 8 stadium shows, including possibly doing SummerSlam UK. So it's like they're trying to take the concept of trying to do kind of what AEW is trying to do, which, I mean, look, WWE was doing stadium shows anyway for their big pay-per-views, for Mania, for Rumble, for SummerSlam. They were doing stadium shows anyway. But they've been trying to do the UK as upon years. It's been requested. I know Tony Khan eventually said he wants to do a show in the UK too. So, you know, like I said, I thought the show overall was really good. I enjoyed it. There was really no down parts. The tonight, they never died. So maybe a couple people left Rampage a little early. Not many did really, though. Basically, 98% of the stadium stayed. You know, I hope the guy that was sitting in front of us was okay. He sounded like he was dying. Lau knows what I'm talking about. The guy that was sitting in front of Jillian. I thought that guy was having a heart attack. I was very concerned for him, and his kids kept walking away from him. I was like, where are you going? I just it was a good show overall, you know.
Okay, so I would like to get
Lyle?
your thoughts Omega Danielson. I thought the match was fantastic. Now, there were some people saying how this was probably Omega's best match. And I think that's asinine to say. Jim Cornette said that it was the best match he has seen from Kenny Omega, which just proves
Not even close.
Just proves that he does not watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's never watched it. I'm convinced that Jim Cornette thinks that New Japan is DDT. DDT is where Kenny Omega wrestled the blow-up doll and the little girl and the broomstick, which he did that because DDT has a big aspect of it that is comedy wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm convinced that Jim Cornette does not understand the difference. And I got to give him credit. He commended Kenny Omega a lot, but I don't think that he understands what Kenny Omega can actually do, because I don't think he ever watched him in New Japan. I don't think he ever watched a New Japan match of Kenny Omega's. But now back to the Danielson Omega match. I love that it went to a draw. I thought that was great storytelling. As we've seen with Okada Omega 2, utilizing a draw can do a tremendous job for the storyline. I think Danielson did a phenomenal job at selling and making Omega look strong. Now, I know you guys are saying that Omega did most of the damage, but actually, if you look, there was someone on Twitter who has a Patreon account, and he was breaking down the match by statistics, and he showed that statistically, Daniel Bryan had more offense, which, that's how it felt when watching him. The majority of the match felt like Bryan Danielson was in control. And one thing that's not like
Daniel Bryan.
I have no idea who that guy is. One thing that I was not too happy with was they should have did the time limit the same way New Japan does, how they break it down by portions, each part of the match. At the end, they should have counted that it was coming down. They should have had Bryan Danielson rushing to get the lapel lock on. He gets it on, and in the middle of the ring, while the 10 seconds are going down, and Omega just does not tap. He wastes out the time. I think that would have been a better way to end it instead of him trying to get the lapel lock on, and he's struggling to get it on, and it just ended. They should have done a better way of doing the time. I thought that was kind of not the best, but if you look at what Daniel Bryan said in an interview that AEW posted to the social media, because Kenny Omega said that
Daniel Bryan.
I'm just talking, okay? He said that Kenny Omega said that there was no rematch. And you look at what he said in the interview, he said, I understand how Kenny said there's no rematch, and he understands that AEW has a ranking system. And he's going to utilize that ranking system to get number one and get his rematch. Mm-hmm. Now, if you look at it shows that AEW has and how they generally build talent up for a pay-per-view. They're doing it right now with Thunder Rosa. They do it all the time. They use Dark and Dark Elevation, have matches on there, build up their record. I think Bryan Danielson is going to wrestle on all 4 shows, actively a lot. And he's going to have matches on all 4 shows, building up his record. And then he's going to go up the rankings. I think he's going to wrestle guys who are in the top 5, and he's going to beat them. Because one thing you look back at that they said about the rankings is that it's going to go by who you beat also. And I think they're going to utilize that aspect to have him even jump even more. And I expect by Full Gear, he will be number 1, face Kenny Omega. This time it'll be a 60-minute match. I don't think they'll do Iron Man. It'll be a 60-minute match for the AEW World Title, because every title match is 60 minutes in AEW. Unless it's on Dynamite, it's the main event, it's TV time remaining.
Yep.
I think that is a great way to build it up and tell a great story. I think they're going to do a great job, and I don't expect Bryan Danielson to win at Full Gear, if that is what happens. I expect Omega to still win and Hangman to have to be in the finals of the title eliminator tournament that they did last year, and Omega won. And I think this year, Hangman wins, and then he faces Omega. I think that is the perfect way for them to do it. Tells the story of how he lost last year. He goes and now he wins it, and then he goes and faces Omega, and he beats him. And I think it'll be a couple of weeks after Full Gear, and Omega's going to be hot. He's going to be strong from beating Bryan Danielson in probably the match of the year. I think it's just going to be it's going to make Hangman look even stronger when he beats him.
Well, we're going to go to a break right now. When we come back, we are going to get into more AEW conversation. What our thoughts were on Rampage. Again, Lyle and I, we were there for that as well. That was a lot of fun. It was great. It was great. So we're going to get into more of that. We're going to touch on WWE Extreme Rules, our thoughts on the main event between Roman Reigns and Finn Balor. And then Alex will give us an update on the G1. We'll do it this week in wrestling history. We'll give a little Dark Side of the Ring with Canyon and so much more. This is Off the Man, the World Sport Network. We'll be right back.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Colt Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu Karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com or call or text 516-381-9660. That's 516-381-9660.
Saturday, August 28th, add it to your calendar. The Sports Betting Channel presents To Be Determined. Our new show starts at 8 o'clock out here in San Diego, 11 o'clock in New York, and then we're done just in time for the first game kickoffs for college football. You're going to get 4 totally different slices of sports. Blackhawk West joins us for Saturdays in Canada and some plays for the CFL game. What do you do when the easy sports data is trending in opposite directions? Well, Mo's going to help us decide what to do on Something's Gotta Give. There's also Paulo's plays. Now, if you're not betting soccer, you really should be. And this guy is very, very good. Finally, there's Wake and Bake, where sports betting meets marijuana. Hey, the games start early here in Southern California. Now, 9 o'clock's a lot easier when marijuana is legal. It's like having 4 shows in one. Check it out Saturday, August 28th on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, on the Belly Up Sports Podcast Network, and on the Sports Betting Channel.
Of course my kid's in the right car seat. Well, I think he is.
Yeah, my kid's in a booster seat. He was ready to move up. He is ready, right?
Car seat looks like the right size.
There are probably rules on when to move up to a booster seat, aren't there?
Rear facing, forward facing. I think I have it right.
Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Don't think you know. Know you know. Go to safercar.gov/the right seat.
I know my child's in the right car seat, or else I wouldn't get in the driver's seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids. and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I am your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better. And kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor. Because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
They'll challenge your authority. They'll try to break your will. They'll push you to the edge of your sanity. Because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory, not theirs. Defend it. Who makes the payments? Who cleans it? Who drives it? You do. That's who. And in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch. Until you hear that click. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. For more information, visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
This is the worst town I've ever been in. No!
The champ is here. Now welcome back to Off the Mat with Alex Lowe's, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Yes, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Me and myself are back live right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. This is Off the Mat, joining you every Tuesday from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here on WWSRN, we are the only wrestling show every single week. And we are recapping AEW Rampage that happened as well. AEW Rampage Grand Slam, I should say. That happened this past Friday. Again, live over there. It was awesome. It was great. It was cool they did it. It's because I'm thinking in my head, go here till midnight now because they got 2 hours of Rampage. This is going to be crazy. How are they going to, this is a long-ass day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I forgot they're pre-recorded. So what they're doing is they rush it. They go, match, done, next match. Done. Next match. They got done in about an hour.
Wow.
Done in about an hour. Rampage, which was extremely impressive. Kudos to Tony. Okay, this has got to be said. Alex.
Yes.
You look just like Tony Khan, a drugged up Tony Khan.
I don't see it.
I couldn't. I swear to God, I 100% see it because for God's sakes, the dude was like going nuts with certain things. He was going crazy. He's like, "This is Dynamite. We're gonna do it tonight. We're going crazy." like I see the image of Alex in my head doing that same thing, and I'm going, my God, if they give Alex like a pack of cocaine,
They definitely
this
have
would be
the same
Alex going off
personality.
the hinges, saying, "Here we go, ladies and gentlemen."
They have the
Oh,
same personality, that's for sure.
And I tell you what, Alex, think of it this way: you're the same personality in there. You should be very proud of yourself and thankful. I can tell you that much. But I digress. We'll start with Lyle on this one. What were your thoughts when you were there at Rampage? What did you think of the whole aspect of it with Punk and the Super Click and the lights out match and everything like that?
I think from beginning to end, Rampage was better. Dynamite had the better match, but I think from beginning to end, Rampage was definitely the better show. And honestly, that is the loudest Bay I have ever heard. I was at TakeOver New York. I was at TakeOver 25. That was the loudest Bay I have ever heard. That was through the roof, crazy. That was awesome. Jungle Boy is so over. They sang every word to Punk's theme. The crowd was great. I expected them to lose steam going into Rampage, but no, they didn't. They were on fire the entire time. It was a tremendous experience.
And I'm with Lyle on that one. I really felt that Rampage was the better show, and I agree with them 100%. I thought Dynamite had the better match, but all in all, when you look at the card, and it's funny, before, I think we were in the car, I don't know if Lyle remembers this, and I said, if you look at the card side by side, I actually think Rampage is the better card. And Lyle said, yeah, you might be right.
That's the way home or the way there?
No, I was going there. No, I was going the way there.
Oh. The way back I fell asleep.
That was on the way there. Yeah. Oh my God! What a joy he is to be going home with on a wrestling show. Jesus Christ!
Hey, at least I didn't sleep snore like I did in New York City. Okay.
No, you did.
I did.
No, Jillian even heard it. Yeah, Jillian heard it too. Jillian was like, "Wow, is that him?" Yeah, it's not me. I said, that's not me. If it's me, we're gonna die. You don't think I've tried that? I mean, really?
No. In the past, you put earplugs in and taped your ears shut. Still didn't work.
Yes, that I and still did not. Which, by the way, it says on my point, you still have not gotten your sleep apnea shit together.
I don't know.
Which again, you need to see a doctor for that shit, dude. I'm telling you. I don't know what the hell it is, but you better get that crap tested. You're gonna die in your sleep if you don't get checked out.
Yeah, it was nice knowing you.
Oh no, I thought. Yeah, I guess. I mean, look, if that's how you want to go by snoring in your sleep, that's a depressing way. But anyway, I digress.
Well, your brain. I actually did research.
When you look at
your brain would wake you up if you're not getting enough oxygen. It's gonna wake you up, which could be why I wake up numerous times throughout the night. No, it is true. You can have a heart attack when you sleep from it, but not because of that.
I just think something I think should get tested. I don't know about you, but that's just me. Well,
I will, but then I have to pay for it. I don't know if my insurance covers it.
That's why you got to find a person. That's why you got to look through your insurance book, and you got to find somebody that covers it through your insurance.
I think. No. My insurance is my company is self-insured, and I don't think it's in our insurance program. I'm not sure. I have to find out, but I don't think our insurance program covers that kind of doctor. It might because it's a medical issue. So I don't know.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. What's the worst is? So they say don't cover it. Right? Yeah. But besides that, like I said, side by side, I had a feeling the Rampage, like. You got Punk on the card. You got the Super Click on the card. You have the Lights Out match on the card. They actually have more matches on the Rampage card than they did on the Dynamite card.
Yeah. The only down point I have to say is that
Josh?
Go on, Lyle. You were saying.
Oh, sorry, your thanks threw me off. Only down point I have to say is that there was that botch in the Punk Hobbs match, but it looked like Hobbs. I don't know if he forgot to do it off the top rope. I don't know what it was, but then Punk had to get up again, and then when he did it, he kind of like Hobbs fell on his head. It looked like it was Hobbs' fault, like because he didn't spin enough. But yeah, it was that was ugly. I'm glad Hobbs is okay. But besides that match was great. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So, Alex, we didn't even get your perspective on it. Now you from home. Very different perspective when you watch it from your house. You do when you're there. What were your thoughts on both shows in general, and which show did you like the most out of the two?
I thought both shows did a pretty good job, but the one that had the most impact to me was the Grand Slam Rampage show, because it just had a lot more action and a lot more story to tell on that show, because you had matches like the Lights Out match, and the crowd was loving every second of that match between Suzuki, Archer, and Eddie Kingston and John Moxley. That was a fun match for a lot of the people that were in the audience and some of the people who were watching at home. So I think Rampage was the better show.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I yeah. Go on, Lyle.
No, there you go.
I was gonna say that it's I don't know. I just felt like he was trying. But so I wanted to get your guys' perspective on this whole thing. They only had, I think, 627,000 views, which is not. It's not bad because it's a 10 o'clock on a Friday night show.
Okay, let me put this into perspective for you.
I just want to put Punk on.
Hold on, let me put this into perspective with you. They were number 1 on cable in the first hour. In the second hour, they're number 4 for Friday.
Yeah.
Who cares what the overall viewer is? They were still number 1 on cable.
Yep.
And that's not just for that time slot. That's for the entire day. That's the entire day. They were number 1 on time slot from 10 to 11 and number 4 from 11 to 12. There's nothing wrong with their viewers. There's no problem with their viewers. People are trying to put this narrative that, their show's a failure. Look at this viewership. No, it's not. It's still number 1 in viewership almost every week. Who cares? TNT doesn't give a shit. It's just people who don't understand that people don't care about the overall viewership anymore. They care about the demo, because that is what drives advertisers. That's what matters. The show is not a failure when you are number 1 on cable.
I agree. Absolutely.
No. Listen, like I said, I wasn't at all remotely saying that there was a failure.
Oh, I know you're not.
Like
People
that.
in general are saying that.
Yeah, just audiences.
Yeah, no. I mean, from what I read, actually, people were trying to put it into perspective, like Lyle was. They were giving out the demographic numbers. That the 1.2 people were like, oh, that's and they thought WWE, because WWE got, I think, 1.5 for SmackDown, and AEW had 1.2, and it's still, though, it was the issue was when you look at how listen, I understand something. Kenny Omega actually I want to try to find the quote. He actually did it. He did an interview. Where was it? I had to find it now. Let's see. I want to see what Omega. See, I had it up. Give me 1 second, because I will find it. Here we go. Kenny Omega said today in an interview. He said, at the start, there was a huge gap between WWE and AEW. But have you realized how the tables have turned? WWE is desperate. They keep bringing back legends every other week.
I saw that quote. I think it's bullshit. They've always done that, bringing back legends even before AEW. And the reason why they're having these shows,
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why he's doing
it. The reason why they're having these past couple shows on Raw is because they're competing with Monday Night Football. It has nothing to do with AEW. I disagree with Kenny here. It's nothing new to have legends coming back over and over again just to get viewership. It's commonplace in WWE.
But I don't understand why he's still bringing up the narrative of WWE in the first place. Like, he shouldn't even be worrying about WWE.
It was probably in an interview. Someone probably asked him, and they didn't.
No, that's what it
put down the
was.
question. So what was the question?
I don't remember what the question was, but my answer, whatever the question was, the answer should have been, I don't care what WWE's doing. We're worried about us.
Someone asked him a question. He answered it. I'm not going to fault it. I'm not going to fault him for that. He answered the question.
No, I didn't say it was a bad answer.
Well, you said that he shouldn't have answered with WWE, but he gave his opinion to an answer to a question. It's nothing bad to do. Someone asked him a question.
But I'm saying in regards to the answer, no, I understand that, but at the same time, like, I have a problem with him the way he answered it, but if I was him, I would have just taken any question asked about WWE, that I would just say, look, whatever you want WWE, I don't want to win WWE. I'm not. We don't know what the first off. We put in a business.
But we don't know what the actual question is. We haven't said that yet. So without that question, we really can't say how he should have answered. It's also could have been a small part could have been a smaller part of a much larger question. I mean, a much larger answer. So I don't agree. I don't agree with that they're desperate, but I'm not going to sit here and say that that's a bad answer to give when we don't know, when we don't have the question for reference and we don't have the entire possible answer, because that happens a lot. Someone will give a giant answer and they take this one little snippet of what they said and make that the quote, which could very well be what he said.
Just trying to find if they have the question anywhere.
So Alex, what do you think about the Rampage viewership that Josh and I were talking about?
I think it kind of makes sense. Like, if you're in the spot and you're number one on cable, like, it doesn't matter because you have that spot now.
Now, here's my what I'm interested in. What did TNT do for viewership in that time slot before Rampage? Has to be like 100 to 200,000.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Probably some movie that no one cared about. I haven't been able to find it anywhere, so it's probably not a high viewership. But if you're going from that to 600 to 700,000, and you're number one on cable, who cares?
Yeah.
TNT doesn't give a shit.
Nope.
So basically, the question was just about the gap between the WWE and AEW. And that was what the question was about. So the thought on the closing in on WWE.
So that's, I think he answered the question.
And that's what he said. What he said.
Yeah, he answered the question. Fine, but I don't agree if they're desperate. Maybe he's a little bit harsh, but
they're
no,
not
they're
desperate.
No, if anything, they're desperate not to have less viewership because of Monday Night Football, not because of AEW.
Exactly. They're not. I mean, they're not even on the.
I think that
they're on the same night.
I think I don't understand that entire comparison between Monday Night Raw and AEW. They're not on the same night. Who gives a shit? But, like, let's be real. You have them. They're competing with Monday Night Football. They do it every year. They try and ramp up their shows. But this year, they have been having 1.6 to 1.7 million views for a while. So now, if they don't have these good shows, where do you think their viewership goes down to? 1.3, 1.4? It's a much less of a gap between what Dynamite is doing and what Raw is doing. Now, I thought that they would have closed the gap, but I didn't expect Raw to just be loading up their cards every single week against Monday Night Football. I thought they would just go about business. That's what they've been doing forever. So, they're definitely doing it because of Monday Night Football and not AEW. I don't agree with that reasoning.
Before we go to break, my theory on this, I think everybody just needs to shut up. AEW fans, WWE fans, the gap, the big thing here or there. Let's just have every company do well.
Absolutely.
And let wrestling live.
Yep, I agree.
Who gives a crap? Who does better than who? Because I still watch WWE. I still watch AEW. AEW
I'm sorry.
a lot more. I know this for a fact. No, listen. But you see what I'm saying, though? Like, I want every company to succeed because I want wrestling to live.
I think we all do.
And I want us to be able to talk about.
I think everybody wants.
Because there's some marks that are WWE fans and there's AEW fans that are marks.
Oh well,
that
yes, I'll say majority of wrestling fans. Fail. Majority of wrestling fans want every company to succeed and be good. But the reason why AEW has the following they have, or the certain fan base they have, is because of what WWE has been for a while now.
Yeah.
It's just not good. Nothing wrong with saying that. If you enjoy it, go for it. No one's stopping you.
If you enjoy it, nobody's going to stop you from watching.
But
look, majority of the... In Lyle's eyes, the people that enjoy WWE, that don't, like him, he doesn't enjoy WWE. People might enjoy WWE. They might like AEW. I mean, it's just the way people have different. It's the eye test, and people just have a different. They have a different viewpoint. It is what it is.
And sometimes people have higher standards on different shows.
That's what it is. I mean, look, people might hate AEW and WWE.
It's also that WWE has a target audience much younger than AEW. So you get the adult who's watching, and it's just not something that targets them.
No,
WWE wants to target the
younger audience,
the younger person that, and they want everyone else from their family to be watching too, because that little kid, he's gonna go, "Hey, Daddy, I want to buy this, I want to buy that," and then the dad's gonna have to order it. Where AEW, their target audience is the people who are going to be buying the product. It's a different aspect, and you brought it up that there are people who actually hate AEW and hate WWE. That fan base is literally the New Japan Japanese wrestling purists that just hate everything about American wrestling.
Yeah, they are.
And it's not just
That's right.
people in Japan, it's people in America too. But it's actually a fun fact. The majority of Japanese fans don't even pay attention to WWE. I've said it before, I'll say it again. When Kota Ibushi came over for the Cruiserweight Classic, he had no idea who Vince McMahon was. He did not know his name. He just thought it was cool. A guy in a suit shook his hand. That's what happened. That's a true story. It's just, it's a different world over there.
We're going to go break right now.
Okay.
No, go on, Lyle. Go on.
No, go for it. Go for it.
I was going to say, we're going to go to break right now because it is 9 o'clock, so we do have to go to break, get our advertisements in. When we come back, I guess we'll leave it off with the Kota Ibushi stuff and everything like that. We'll get into all that. We're going to get into Extreme Rules. Was Finn Balor having a seizure in the middle of his match? I guess we're just going to have to wait and talk about it a little bit more and find out, because that's what Alex thought. So we'll hear his thoughts on that. When we come back, we'll get into a little G1 update later on. We'll get to Dark Side of the Ring, the Chris Canyon, and then this will be hopefully the last episode of me and my lagging issues. Stay with us. This is Off the Mat right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We'll be right back.
It is the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value and market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC. Annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network LLC.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but you've left me no choice. I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is really serious, and lately you seem to really not care. I've been there for you since day one, and I know you think I'm going to keep ticking, but no, my friend, I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to the good times, when we were more active and ate more healthy foods, and you checked on me every once in a while? Is that too much to ask? I don't want to leave, but unless you stop ignoring me, what else am I supposed to do? Remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Doing the minimum to control your high blood pressure isn't doing enough. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jason Derulo. I love that music connects to people all over the country. But unfortunately, so does something else. Childhood hunger. 15 million kids struggle with hunger right here in America. And yet, every year, billions of pounds of surplus food in the U.S. go to waste instead of going to the children in need. Feeding America is working to change this. The Feeding America nationwide network of food banks rescues this surplus of food to help provide meals to families in virtually every community in the United States, including yours. But they just can't do this alone. Join me in the fight against hunger in America. For more information on what you can do to get involved, visit feedingamerica.org. That's feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America. A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone. Let's all stop what we're doing right now and take a moment. That felt good, huh? Just like that, we had a nice special sort of moment together. Of course, they don't all need to be quiet moments to be special. They could be loud moments, goofy moments, sporty moments, dorky moments. Moments where we talk or walk or just hang out. It doesn't really matter. They all count. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. Sounds like somebody agrees. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Today,
Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Are you ready?
Now welcome back to Off the Mat with Alex Slows, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here for the second half of Off the Mat right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, joining you every single Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Standard Time. Again, of course, with Alex Lowe's, Lyle Gillen, Speedy Petey, I'm Josh Silverberg. Here's how you can download our app. If you have an iPhone, you type in WWRN on the Apple Store. If you have an Android, you go to the Google Play Store. You type in Worldwide Sport. Click download. It's completely free. Here's what you get. Our article, all of our content that we have here on the network. If there's or something to re-listen to, you can watch it right there in the app. If you're driving, you can listen to the audio feed. You can tell a smart speaker as well. Ask an Alexa or anything like that to WSR the name of our show, and they'll do it right there for you. Worldwide Sports Radio. Of course, our wonderful Off the Mat page. Really quick before we get to that, we're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, every single source of social media. Alex, what is the page for the Off the Mat website?
The Off the Mat website is offthemat.wwsrn.com. It is a Google website. The link is in our Twitter bio. You can click on that, and it'll take you to our website. It has a pay-per-view and show schedule for all September and October, as well as past shows in our show archive and past special guest interviews. So please feel free to check out all of our content on there. Also follow us on Twitter at Off the Mat WWSRN.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. All right, guys. So we're going to get into it now. We're leaving off. We'll finish the Kota Ibushi stuff because I know Lyle had a point to make.
Oh, no, I was done.
Break, so I'll let Lyle.
Nope, that was it. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have any more to say.
Okay. What's the Twitter, Alex, by the way? What's the Twitter feed for it, too?
He said it.
Oh, he did? See what I mean? Maybe I'm lagging, too. My brain is. So, we got to get into it. Extreme Rules, for sure. We got to get to Extreme Rules, and that happened on Sunday. Listen, I will tell you this.
WWE regular move.
Yeah, well, it's funny because they seem to have used the Extreme Rules on Monday Night Raw. They didn't even use them at Extreme Rules. It was the weirdest thing.
They
had
more
a steel
Extreme
cage match
Rule
and another
matches.
competition match.
Like, what? They had more Extreme Rules on Raw than Extreme Rules.
Yeah, I was like, what in the world? What are they?
What in the wide world?
I didn't. It didn't make it.
It didn't make sense. It didn't feel right to me. Yeah, it didn't feel right to
No,
me.
it definitely didn't, and it was you know, and I will say this, and I said it on Twitter the other night, like the match. You have two who can work with Balor and Roman. Absolutely hated the ending.
Oh,
didn't make sense to me.
It was down.
Didn't understand what was going on. The lights go out. The song is being played. The turnbuckle breaks. It was the weirdest.
This is what I don't understand about.
The match was going so well.
Yeah.
This is what I don't understand about it. Now, everyone's like, oh, they wanted to protect the demon. Why the fuck did you put him in there in the first place? If you really were worried about him looking bad, just have it be Prince Devitt. Or the Prince version of Finn Balor. It was dumb to put him in there and then have that finish. It didn't make sense. If you really were that worried about protecting him, then don't have the demon there. You guys know how I feel about the demon. I think it's dumb.
Yeah, it is.
I prefer the Prince guy. I prefer what he did in New Japan. Which you could still do face paint, but don't have that. Like
No.
I'm just not a fan of the demon.
The demon to me feels like they're trying to kind of make it similar to how he has supernatural powers, like the Undertaker and Kane. That's kind of like what they're trying to accomplish here.
Yeah, and now that the Fiend is gone, they give him the red lights during the match, which I hate that so much.
And it looked so bad.
Now,
Like
it
looked really bad. It looked like Finn Balor was just having a seizure.
Wanted to say something before he skipped around.
No. It's what I want to say is I want to give a shout out, kudos to Roman Reigns, by the way, for wearing a mask in the crowd. God bless that man.
Well, it wasn't because of
God
COVID.
bless that man.
It was definitely not
He was
because
going to
of
be a
COVID.
heel, and because he doesn't want to breathe in.
Yes,
it wasn't. But
that
also,
was
bless him for
100%
doing
the
it.
reason. I enjoyed that. That was funny.
Yes. I thought it was awesome. And that's why, to me, Roman Reigns, to me, is one of the best heels in the business. That alone, that move, nobody thinks to do something. Not even MJF wouldn't even have done that. Roman Reigns said, get me
MJF
a
wouldn't
mask.
even go in the crowd.
I'm not
MJF
wrestling in front of these. That's the thing. But you see, the fight went into the crowd. And
MJF
Roman said, I'm not
wouldn't have
going to
done
breathe in the same air that these scumbags are breathing in.
But he's already breathing in the same air.
Yeah, but even still, though,
He's in indoors.
not next to them. Not next to them. It's not next to them. But we were breathing next to the.
Okay? It's all close enough
We're
for
gonna have a stroke in front of us. And just. No, listen. I thought it was cool. I thought it was so funny. I loved it. I was applauding it. I'm actually sitting there on my TV. I'm going, bravo, Roman. That's perfect. That's a douchebag at its finest. I loved it. The match was going so well.
And then
It
the
really
ending
was.
was
Wow.
Yeah,
This
you
is a really good
lost.
match. And then happened, and I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, they lost me on the ending.
I found it very funny.
It was bad.
A lot of the people that were defending that ending were the same people shitting on the Kenny Omega match against Moxley because of that ending, and vice versa. The people defending that match were the same ones shitting on the Roman Reigns Balor match because of the ending. I just found that entire thing when I was on Twitter reading everybody. I'm like, these same people had the opposite view in February. No matter what side you're on, it was the opposite opinion.
Yeah, and to me, the ending didn't. The ending to me did not feel natural at all.
They tried to make it look realistic, like something that could really happen, and it just was poor execution.
Note to self: whoever did the ending for the match, the ending for the Roman Balor match. Yeah, I'm not hiring you to be my creative team.
Well, what happened with
you're not going on my.
What
team
happened
to be
with
creative.
the Moxley Omega match was they tested out the pyro before the show, and the pyro was fine, and then they went and did it I did it live, and there was a issue with the pyro, and not all of it went off. That's why it looked like that. They actually refused to pay them because of the error, which I think is great on their part. But back to Extreme Rules, or should I say WWE regular rules.
Listen,
the show is no extreme any way whatsoever.
And you know what?
I
It
look
was
at it
even,
this way. Either way, all of it was terrible.
you know what was even worse than
Noise
that?
and the seizure was bad.
WWE's was on purpose.
You know what was even worse than that, Josh and Lyle, was the audio sensory and the audio and video issues on Peacock.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
It was in Spanish and English. It was English.
Time out. First off, this is why, in my opinion, Pat McAfee is one of the best announcers in the business. Because when they cut to him for his first match on the pay-per-view, in 6 different languages, he was saying hello to everybody. And I said, This is why Pat McAfee is freaking fun. If you those of you, okay, I'm a huge Pat McAfee fan. His show on YouTube and Mad Dog Sports Radio is great. It's so funny. When he did the Monday night, so I watch Monday Night Football. I watch on an Eli simulcast because it's good stuff. And
then it gives you the double finger.
And McAfee, oh my god, it was awesome. And then McAfee was on the show last week. And it was like, shit here, bleep this, bleep that. Did this, you did that, cursing galore, and it was like that. It was everybody loved it. It was TV, you know what I mean?
And then Eli Manning gives the middle finger and they can't blur it out.
No, well, hey, listen, it already happened. So look at it this way. Again, the fact that McAfee did what he did, and now this is telling. And listen, Michael Cole actually went on McAfee's show, you know, and there was a time when announced in the last couple of years was just a job, and he had lost in professional. He actually said McAfee is what has brought his spark back to announcing again, which is a testament and kudo to Pat McAfee, because Pat McAfee is funny. Pat McAfee is funny as hell, man. He is such on a whim. He will do the craziest, you know what.
He has great.
But the thing is, he also performs well in the ring too. He's great improv skills. He's good in the ring. He went toe to toe.
He went toe to toe with Adam Cole. Yeah,
the dude is funny. Yeah, man. He was in War Games.
He had
flipping off the cage in War Games.
I'll give him a little credit. He had 2 matches. You got to do a little bit more for me to make me think that he's good in the ring than have 2 matches, both with Adam Cole in it. Like, gotta show me a little
this
bit more.
Way. Everybody thinks Stephen Amell is everybody thinks Stephen Amell is a god in the ring. He had 1 match with Christopher Danielson.
I never said he was.
So.
I never said he was.
Yeah.
Not
you. I'm not saying you. I'm saying you. I'm just saying people in general. But listen, say what you will. In his second ever professional match, to do a full 3. I'm just saying, to have a full 60 off the top of a cage in War Games.
But no, I would agree. I think Pat McAfee might have been a little bit better than Stephen Amell, but Pat McAfee was an actual athlete, where
he was
an actor.
He is, or was.
So I think it's a little bit more impressive when Stephen Amell does it, because he was an actor.
Yeah, but Stephen Amell also
still a professional athlete.
Yeah, Stephen Amell as an actor. Stephen Amell, though, as an actor, he trained. He trained like a lot.
Football.
What was that, Alex?
I said
Stephen Amell trained a lot. It's a
Stephen Amell as an actor, he trained a lot. Like, if you see like his American Ninja Warrior stuff, this guy can go. He can go.
Yeah, he does. You're right.
He can take off.
I'll tell you this, I think they're both very talented in the ring. So people that don't think so can go piss off. That's my opinion on that one. Yeah, okay, bye. I'm just saying, McAfee showed something to me.
I think
you know what I mean? All right, but listen, the thing about McAfee is on the spur of I mean, look, he's a big part of why SmackDown, people want to hear a guy like him do his announcing on SmackDown, because he's funny as hell.
Yeah, he is.
And he knows his material. He knows his stuff. I mean, that's the thing. I'll watch SmackDown because he's funny. Like, the things that he does, which are hysterical.
Did you see when Montez Ford, he's
a funny dude.
He crushed the table, and Pat McAfee had this like look of fear in his eye because he's always standing on that table. He like had this look of holy crap, that could have been me.
I know. Yeah, pretty much. I gotta say, and if that was Pat would have went along with the joke. He would have been like, "Whoopsie days." That would have been a thing on the Monday show. That would have been a topic of discussion on the show on Monday. Literally,
no, you're right.
Like,
you're right with that.
And the thing I give McAfee a lot of credit about why he's so talented. You want to talented. He's the only guy. He's the only guy that equally spot with Aaron Rodgers. He's the only guy that gets it. He's the only guy that Aaron Rodgers trusts. And Aaron Rodgers' circle of trust. And Pat McAfee's in that goal. That's a huge get to get that, especially feuding with the Packers.
So
He's
wait,
coming on his show every week.
So wait, the only
Talking
guy
about it.
the only guy he trusts is Pat McAfee. So he doesn't like have a sibling. Doesn't he have a brother?
That's not what I said. I said he has a small. No. Yeah, he's a brother. They don't get along.
Oh.
He doesn't get along with
How
his
do you know?
family. He doesn't get along with his family.
How do you know that?
It's reported. It's been reported. What do you wonder?
Who
Living
pays
under
attention
a
to
rock?
that? Who pays attention to?
Everybody pays attention to that. He from his family.
What is
doesn't
he,
talk
Kim
to them.
Kardashian?
Go online. He doesn't talk to his family.
I don't really pay attention to what
He's even said he doesn't
do.
talk to his family anymore.
I don't pay attention to what celebrities
Well,
or
Aaron Rodgers is
athletes do with their family.
He's an athlete. Oh, why?
I said celebrities and athletes.
It's just, you know.
It's not, I don't.
Listen, people don't get along with
I
their
know of
families,
them.
you know? Not
I
everybody
know
has
of them
get
to
along.
throw a football. I don't care who they talk to outside of it.
Listen, I look at it in the perspective of this is the guy's personality, and it's what he chooses to do with. You know, and clearly Pat McAfee is one of the few guys he trusts. So that's a testament to Pat McAfee.
Yeah,
To be able to get that weekly spot with him during the Packer segment, during the Packer drama, Pat McAfee was getting good ratings on his show. He was getting, people were tuning in. I love Pat. I think Pat's a good dude. That fight that he had with Adam Cole on the McAfee show when Adam Cole flipped out at him was awesome. When McAfee called him a small and he said he's an angry little elf.
They did a very good job of making that look real.
Yeah, they did.
I have to give them that.
100%.
They had a lot of people worked.
I mean, I like I said, going back to, but I mean, look, like I said, I thought Pat was great at Extreme Rules on Sunday. I thought SmackDown did the right thing by putting him on the broadcast team with Michael Cole. It's definitely made the more entertaining, to say the that's for sure, because he's an entertaining guy. You know what I mean? Just like I think in their own different ways, I think AEW's announced team is very entertaining. I think they're very good. I think Excalibur and Shivani are very good. That's what I'm saying. They're more wrestling, whereas Matt's more comedy. But he knows his stuff, but he does it in a different perspective. Now, I might get started on Jim Ross. I think Jim Ross is, Jim Ross.
I think he's been much better for the last while. He's definitely been much better.
I think
as of late.
I think he still thinks he's on WCW.
Not even WWE. You think he's on WCW?
Not even. Yeah, because he's on TNT. But sometimes I wonder if he thinks he might be on USA Network.
So he's on AWA.
Hey, listen, WCCW World Class Championship Wrestling. Here we are, folks. We're here live. It's gonna be a slobber knocker. I'm just trying to figure out why Excalibur and Shivani, they don't get the special, like they all get their announced, right? They get their names announced when they come out before the show. Mm-hmm. But Jim Ross gets the special Boomer Sooner song. Like, is it Shivani and Excalibur get anything special? Excalibur, hard working guy on the team.
Plus he's Jim Ross.
I don't give a damn if he's Jim F. and Ross. I don't give them all equal share. Excalibur works just as hard as anybody on that team.
I like Excalibur.
I like Excalibur the most, to be honest.
Excalibur carries it. Excalibur carries that team, and Shivani is right there. And then there's Jim freaking Ross, who's still complaining about something that happened a month ago. He's probably still trying to figure out if Abaddon is a real person or not.
Do you listen to Grilling JR?
You know, I don't even know. What'd you say?
Do you listen to Grilling JR?
What?
Do you listen to Grilling JR?
I do sometimes.
He is probably the most perverted man.
I said yes. I said I do sometimes.
I said he's probably the most perverted man.
Oh,
like Oh my God, is he?
You ever see the things that he?
Some of the
You ever see
stuff
the
he
things he
says.
likes on Twitter?
Yeah. I don't know.
He likes
What
this.
is
It's
worse?
like this. It's like this.
What is worse, him or Scott Hall?
Oh, well, Scott Hall's just
Scott
a general
Hall!
pervert. I mean,
Oh
Scott
my
Hall's not
God!
working.
Scott Hall would share like women that he's like either webcamming with, and they're fully nude, would share it right to Twitter, and it's like a screenshot of them in the full nude. Boom! Right there it is. Boom! Right on Twitter. Like, oh hello,
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And it was the same girl every single time. She's like this petite little skinny girl, naked, A cups.
So I'm looking now. Okay. So it's this feed. It's called WEP porn. And it's just like they show all like the old and new women's of wrestling that are in WWE, like Tori Wilson and Stacey were throwing that on there, and he likes all of that. Jim Ross.
Who?
Jim Ross likes
Where?
all of that. JR.
I'm looking at the feed right now.
It's there, man. Go to media.
I'm
He's a
looking at
pervert.
his likes.
He's a little pervert. Holy smokes, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, let's put that on Dark Side of Ring. That'll be the next episode.
Let me tell you something. What's her name? I'm waiting for him to like something by mistake. One of the AEW women to do something. Like Thunder Rosa posting.
Hold on. Let's look at what Scott Hall likes on Twitter. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I mean, Scott Hall doesn't work anymore. Scott
I
Hall.
don't even think he has Twitter anymore.
He's in the clear. Does
he even?
Nah,
have
they
Twitter?
probably suspended him.
Shit, he used to put on there.
They suspended him.
100% they did.
I mean, look, he's posting nude women on there. I mean, look, it's. I'm waiting for like Jade to put something on there because Jade always puts like these photos, and like JR's gonna be like, "That's a slobber knocker right there for me. I want her to sit on me."
I can picture that happening. I'm going through his likes on Twitter. I don't see
Holy
it.
moly!
Where are you finding it?
It just comes up on sometimes every now and then. It comes up that he likes the page. He likes the page.
What page?
Which is quite disturbing, by the way.
That is disturbing.
Now you want to know the page. Oh, you're being a little pervert, aren't you?
No, I want to know if Jim Ross follows them. That's the thing.
As John Cena.
I have. It's called I think it's called.
Josh, as John Cena would say, it's more disgusting.
I think it's called
It's more disgusting and disturbing than when Boogeyman gave Mae Young a chunky Rockefeller.
This conversation is getting interesting.
Yes,
we went from Pat McAfee.
The page is at.
We went from Pat McAfee to Excalibur
to JR's a pervert.
To JR's a pervert.
Yep. No.
I don't know. Scott Hall
it's
was
called,
posting those naked women while he was like right after he went through his Hall of Fame. He was posting these women.
Oh man.
All right. Well, the page is called. It's in capitals. WWEP porn. And then it's just ORN is lowercase.
Oh, it's actually private.
That's just what it is.
So I can't even see if he follows them. Damn it.
I mean, look at it this way. Do you want to be that guy that discloses the information? I mean, look, he already likes the stuff, so it's.
Oh no, there's two different accounts. Okay, I found it. Okay, hold on.
Oh, there's it's one with like Alexa Bliss on it.
Yeah, I found it.
Right, it's one with like a Bliss on it as like the main page.
I found that. Oh, there are some former guests of our show that are liking it.
Oh well.
Let them do whatever they want. I don't care. They can like whatever they want, but
I don't give a damn.
obviously Jim Ross is not alone in this one.
Who knows? No, but look, it is what it is at this point. All right, this is a good time to take a break.
How long have you known about this page when you had the handle memorized?
I said it because JR likes it, and it always on my Twitter feed. Because you get people like the page, and I look up the page. I'm like, what the hell is he liking?
Yeah, that's the reason.
I have a wife. I'm sorry. I don't need to deal with that. I'm sorry. I have a wife. Don't need that. I get my own stuff.
Says the man
Don't worry about it.
When I asked him for certain clubs in Jacksonville, he just sent me like 5 of them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you asked me? Are you kidding me? You asked me to find you a strip club? Bro, I'll find you like 20 of them in 2 sequds. Oh, you nuts?
And here's the guy who's saying
we're going. All right, we're going up.
He poured Twitter page where you know where a strip club is when you need one.
No, but yeah, because listen, at times of need, I need something like that to get you to your fanny. I tell you.
Hey, sure.
But when we come back, we are going to get into some talk. We're going to get into This Week in Wrestling History. All right, Alex, you have that for us this week?
Yep, I have that right in front of me. All
right, so we're going to get into that. Alex is also going to give us a G1 update, and we're going to get into some dark side of the conversation to talk about Chris Cannon and really the very sad and really we go from a light to really kind of a very sad situation that happened with Canyon and everything that went on with him in his personal life. And when we're going to preview the FMW episode that's coming up on Thursday, Onita's FMW, we're going to preview that a little bit more. And when we come back right here on Off the Mat on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, we will be right back.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit him online at www.allstate.com/EL. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is you over 30 years ago.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
And this is your mom when you drive her back from therapy.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Roles change without us noticing, and in your new role, we help you help. AARP gives you the information to help care for your mom so that you can have patience with her, just like she did with you. Visit aarp.org/caregiving or call 1-877-333-5885 to get practical health and wellness tips to provide even better care for your loved one.
Are we there yet?
Remember, visit aarp.org/caregiving. AARP, we help you help. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I liked things to always be the same. Anything new or different would scare and upset me. I was very sensitive to lights and sounds. It was almost like I had bigger eyes and ears than everyone else. So I built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. I didn't like looking people in the eye. It made me feel uncomfortable. I'd throw big tantrums over little things like when my socks didn't match. Sometimes I'd do the same things over and over. Until one day, I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
You can see signs of autism in children as young as 18 months. Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Rest in peace.
Welcome to the Shield of Justice.
I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Now welcome back to Off the Mat with Alex Slows, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, to the last half of Off the Mat right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. I'm your host, Josh Silverberg, along with Lyle Gillen, Alex Slows, and of course, BDPD on the board. Tonight, still some stuff to get to. Alex, we have this week in wrestling history. No, Lyle, I am not going to be the one to do that.
Nope.
So we are going to get into wrestling history.
Yep, and this week in wrestling history is WCW Monday Night Nitro, Monday, September 29th, 1997, from DCU Center, Worcester Centrum, Worcester, Massachusetts. So the first match was Ultimo Dragon defeating Psychosis in a dark match. The second match was Steven Regal defeating Hector Garza in a dark match. Number 3 was DDP Diamond Dallas Page defeating Buff Bagwell. Number 4 was Rey Mysterio defeating El Caliente. Number 5 was Goldberg defeating the Barbarian. Number 6 was Disco Inferno defeating Juventud Guerrera. Number 7 was Jeff Jarrett defeating Steve McMichael. Number 8 was Chris Jericho and 6 in a draw. And number 9 was Lex Luger defeating Wrath. And number 10 was The Giant, which was the Big Show, defeating Kurt Hennig, who was the WCW United States champion at the time.
Why would you? That's so dumb.
A fun card.
That's dumb. Why would you have the
fun
Big
card.
Show beat Mr. Perfect? Like what?
But why not?
It's Mr. Perfect. Way better than.
But he was. Yeah, but he wasn't that anymore. He wasn't. He wasn't
still
perfect in
Mr.
WCW anymore. He was Kurt Hennig now.
But I understand that, but he was still
Hennig. He's
the
gone.
same guy. Phenomenal in the ring.
Well, yes, we know that. I mean, he was
Yeah.
generally one of the best in the ring. So
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was.
we really have. But that is a very nice card for sure.
Probably one of the guys who should have
Alex,
had
would you like
a world title reign and never got a chance.
I agree with you 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that you could thank Hulk Hogan and all those brilliant geniuses for that.
Yep.
You know, so you could thank them for that debacle. Alex, I'd like to give an update on the G1 now.
Absolutely. So, in the A block, the lead person in points in the A block right now is Great Khan at 8 points. ZSJ has 4 in the A block. Kenta has 6. Toru Yano has 6. Kota Ibushi has 4. Shingo Takagi 4. Yujiro has 4. Tangaloba has 2. Ishii has 2. And Naito is still at 0.
Why
in
does
the B
Ishii
block,
have 2?
I have no idea. Jeff Cobb has 4. Okada has 4. Tai Chi has 4. Evil has 2. Hiroshi Tanahashi has 2. Sonata has 2. Tama Tonga has 2. Chase Owens has 0. Goto has 0. And Yoshihashi has 0. So we have a table of all the matches. So Ibushi had to face Naito, in which Naito had to forfeit because he got injured. And you can see all these tables on this website called https pureWrestlingSystem.fandom.com. So it's like a wrestling wiki page, but it tells you all about this year's G1.
I'm pretty positive that comes out from New Japan.
Yeah, it does.
The chart where it has like circles and it's filled in.
Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm. And to me, right now, I feel like the person I could see eventually possibly winning and going on into the finals right now, I would have to say ZSJ. And then in the B block, I would probably
that's who I picked.
Yeah.
That'd be
and
cool.
Then in the B block, I would pick Jeff Cobb. I think those would be the two to have.
That's who you picked.
Yeah.
I think that either of those winners going into Wrestle Kingdom would be really bad.
Yeah, somebody's gonna. One of those are going into the final, and then whoever wins that final gets.
Okada's going to be one of the. Okada's going to be one of the guys.
Okada's going to win it this year. I think that's.
Okada's going to be one of the guys.
Yeah, because he's at 4 right now too.
They need to get back to what they were doing. No, but they need to get doing with him. He needs to be the face of the company again.
Mm-hmm.
They need to reset it. They need to get the guys back healthy. They got some guys that are stuck over in the United States still, like Jay White and Will Ospreay and these guys. They gotta.
They're not stuck.
At a time, wait for this to unfold, and well, it's not about stuck there. I'm saying that they're not in Japan right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. But
But you know who I really
anyway.
think
So
the one person I feel like who needs to step it up from these blocks are Tomohiro Ishii and Tama Tonga, because they're not looking too good right now.
Well, that's a real shame that Ishii is so low.
Yeah.
The guy who's usually always up at the top. I think he's the guy who should be deserving of being up there near the top.
I agree with you, 100%.
Well, what were your thoughts on what were your thoughts on TJP joining the United Empire?
I was very surprised by that. I really was. Because originally TJP was off doing his own thing in MLW Major League Wrestling, kind of just going his own path. And that surprised me to see him link up with Great Khan and the United Empire. And it adds more fuel to their stable. And TJP is a very, very aggressive athlete. This is a guy who dishes out a lot of punishment. So it's very fitting. It really is.
I mean, I liked how it happened with him joining with Will Ospreay at the event. I forget which event it was, but I saw it on Sunday morning, And I'm like, oh wow, that's a nice get. And they've added a couple of guys now in the last few days, to really start settling in with their group, which is a nice thing. But what they're doing is nice up and coming talent, which I really good idea. It's a nice mesh idea by the United Empire to do something like this. And listen, I think they're gonna be a great group. I think.
Only thing I didn't really like about it is that
You know,
he's not
so-
like from the United Kingdom or Australia or Europe, where most of the people in that group are from.
Yeah.
Well, Greeno Khan is not. So
No.
he's not. But he wrestled in Rev Pro, so that's why he has that connection. But
Jeff Cobb's not from
everyone
there
has-
either. Jeff Cobb's also
No, he's not.
Jeff Cobb's from Hawaii.
That's true. I think he did. I think he wrestled in the UK also. I think he wrestled in Rev Pro. I think that's where that connection is from. I could be wrong. That's where
No,
the
you're
link-
right, because I remember seeing Jeff Cobb in Rev Pro.
Okay, so thank you, Alex. But I'm not sure if TJP did. I don't know where that came from. I think Robbie Eagles. That am I thinking of the right name?
Robbie Eagles?
His Osprey's tag partner.
Yeah, they used to be a tag partner.
Yeah, I think he would have been much better option to be the junior for that group.
I look at it like this and see how they do use GJ. TJP is still a very talented guy.
Oh yeah, very much.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
not a. He's not a. He's,
He has some back-
he's-
some
and he's also
backstage
wrestled
issues,
in
though.
some.
I mean,
he does,
his-
but he's on New Japan stuff too.
And I mean, I liked his matches in MLW against Bo Kudal. Those were very entertaining.
You know what, Alex?
Guys,
you haven't given
before
us
we,
your
uh,
MLW
to our face-
update. So give us your MLW update. You have not done that in a while. I want more.
I'll do it
Alex
next
updates.
week. I promise. I'll do it.
Okay,
Next.
I'm looking forward to it. All you do, listeners, look forward to it.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to our dark side. Let's get to Dark Chris Canyon this past week. Very disheartening, very sad, very depressing. And then, of course, before the episode, Ric Flair tweeted before the episode started about what was about to happen that night. He knew the interview with Howard Stern was going to be on the air. Knew that was going to happen, and he regretted doing everything he did. He said it, but still. I'll start with you. What do you? Because I remember Chris Cannon. I remember coming back to what he was Mortis and everything like that, I mean, what were your thoughts when you heard that entire story of just what he keeping the secret from everybody, and telling the Young Bucks, talking. Now you know where Brian Cage gets who better from. Now you know where he gets it from, which is I never even I never knew he got it from Canyon. You know what I mean? Which is because I didn't realize that he was one of Canyon's trainees. So what were your thoughts on that episode as a whole?
It's a tragic story. It really is. I mean, his rise and fall in WWE and all that, WCW, it's a touchy subject, but at the same time, you have to feel sorry for the things those people went through.
Well, of course. I mean, look at this way. He was a guy that had to keep something from somebody, from his peers, because he didn't know if he would be accepted or not.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very sad, disturbing thing. And, James Mitchell and everything like that, having talked to him throughout his time was, when I look at it, it was really just, it really just depressed. Lau, what were your thoughts on the episode as a whole?
It was very sad, but
Mm-hmm.
you look back at what John Cena said. He was getting a lot of shit on Twitter, and I don't really fault them. They were just saying their opinion that they didn't think he was good in the ring, That's fine. They have every right to say that. I don't think they knew that he was going to kill himself. However, I want your guys' opinion on what you thought about the Undertaker incident. Do you think WWE found out that he was gay, and that's why they called him? Because to me, it just seems really bizarre. They would call him out of the blue, tell him to come in, do that entire thing when he hasn't really been spoken to from them for a while. They just called him and had him come do this out of the blue. I don't know. It just seemed really fishy. It just felt like they definitely did know. So they found out and they had him come do this. And I have another question for you, Josh, about something that happened in that Dark Side of the Ring. And so I want your opinion on the Undertaker thing first.
I think the Undertaker's on both bad. He's given people bad headshots to people in the past with chairs. It has happened before. Was it ugly? Absolutely. Do I think it's coincidental? Yeah. That so happened to just be Canyon. If that is what happened and that is truly the case, it's disgusting. And I don't think the Undertaker is going to speak out on this whole thing, because if you kind of notice, he hasn't really been. There's been some stuff that has been said, but no questioning really him. Everybody's been questioning Flair and Cena. And everything like that. I mean, Flair's just had a miserable 2 weeks. Flair's had a miserable, as bad of a 2 weeks as you could possibly have. Ric Flair is. Yeah.
They had that one part of the episode where they showed him. He came up into the ring at WrestleMania 20. Now you were at WrestleMania 20. Did you see him do that? Did you think it was part of the show? What do you remember that?
You know what's funny is so right when the match was over, my dad kind of took me, we left. My dad was like, okay, match is over. Like, we left because the crowd was going to be nuts getting out that night. So I don't remember that part. It's just weird that WWE would let it happen in the first place, but I don't even remember that, honestly. Because like I said, I left right when the match ended. When Triple H tapped out, my dad was like, all right, we're out of here. Let's go. I didn't even really stay for the Guerrero thing.
Really?
Yep. So that's where I get it from time. So it's like, I want to beat the crowd. Yeah, I want to beat the crowd. That's just my thing. I have always done that. Because I think of it in my, you gotta remember my dad to be up in the next day at like 5:30 in the morning for work. So it's at WrestleMania, but that was the first time Mania went midnight. So that was the first time I went to midnight, and we drove into the city that night. So we didn't get home till about 1 o'clock in the morning. I had school the next day, and I was in 7th grade. So, that was the first time they had extended the time. Which Dad had no idea that was happening. So I told him when we sat in the seats. What time is it? Said 1 o'clock. I said, no, you didn't know they're going. My dad was like, what? When did this happen? It was just, he was like, this is ridiculous. Because we were there for Sunday Night Heat. We got there early for Heat. So it's.
Oh, God, you were there forever.
Man, but it was, we were there from. Started at 7. So we were there 7:12 there. Let's talk about the WrestleMania 5-hour show. There it is. I was at the first one.
Yep.
But no, I don't remember that. I'm surprised WWE security let that happen. I'm very surprised WWE security let that happen. But
they probably thought it was part of the show.
Listen, it's a very sad story as a whole. I guess that's what my thought process is. Never gonna know, right? Because we'll never talk about Canyons.
They also invited them to the after party.
Eddie, yes, they did, and he had the balls to say what he said to Vince McMahon.
I give him props.
Wowzers.
I give him props.
Listen, I give him a lot of props to pat Vince on the shoot, man, to say you were the one that fired me. Whew. But before we get to our finishing move really quick, what are your guys' thoughts and expectations on the FMW episode that's coming up on Thursday?
It'll be awesome. Gonna be awesome.
What do you think, Alex? He's like, what's FMW episode?
FMW? I'm interested to see what they're gonna say about it, like how it's gonna turn out.
I mean, yeah, number two, it wasn't just
so Alex,
men that wrestled in FMW. It was also women had an exploding match too.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, I have a quick question for you. So, actually, it's more a story I'm going to tell. So we got into the
oh god
to talk before the episode, and Alex goes to me, I really can't wait to talk about the collision in Korea. And I'm like, what? What do you mean collision in Korea? He goes, yeah, Dark Side of the Ring. I'm like, this week's episode was Chris Canyon. I'm like, no, it was collision in Korea. What? So Alex, so now what do you think about the Chris Canyon episode?
I thought it's like I said before, it's tragic. There's so much to it, and that's just to me it's heartbreaking to hear how all of that took place.
Yeah, it definitely was.
We'll accept it.
Yeah,
for sure. But this, I will say this: I am curious if they're going to have the women. Yes, it was. I got to tell you, the fact that Scott was killed in a room was disturbing in itself. But
yeah,
I will tell you this. I'm curious if they get the win of FMW to talk, because if you've ever seen the women's matches in FMW, they're just as bad. I mean, they're just as bad. I mean, that they had the what's the thing? Eve used to come out when you LIJ, the spike thing,
scythe,
the scythe, yeah,
yeah. So in one of the matches, and I watched it today, one of the matches, one of the women actually took a scythe to the head, and they left it there.
Oh,
they just left it there.
What?
And she's screaming, and this is Onita's FMW. This is what it is. This was violence, pure yes, and at that. But
that sounds bizarre.
I digress. Let's get to that's going to be it's going to be a very interesting episode. I cannot wait to hear this. It's going to be nasty. Let's get to our finishing move. Alex, what you got first, man?
So my finishing move is I'm excited to hear about the AEW Dynamite show in Orlando at UCF.
Did you buy a ticket yet?
No.
Really? So you're so excited for it, but you're not going. Come on, Alex. You got to go.
I'm excited about how...
What are you waiting for, Alex?
I'm excited about how well it's going to be received, and I hope it gets that reputation where it is well received.
Alex, you want to...
Alex, when is the show? When is the show?
I think it's October 23rd, yeah.
Okay. So that's my birthday, Alex. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm. Are you actually going to go, though? Like,
Hold
are you
on.
going to go?
Alex, that's my birthday, October 23rd.
Well, technically, I can't go. Technically, I can't go now because I changed my public schedule.
So you can still go. So you're going to go.
Change it back!
Show. You're going to go to that show, Alex, okay?
I can't go. I already did it.
Yeah,
no, you can. You're going to go.
Can. No,
that's my birthday
Shut up,
that day, Alex. Okay?
Shut up, Alex.
That's my birthday that day, Alex. So as a birthday present to me, you're going to go. Okay? You're going to ruin my birthday if you don't go.
Going. That's right, Alex. You're going to ruin his birthday if you don't go. Look at his face.
I'm not kidding. Alex is like, I don't give a fuck about your birthday, bitch. Like, now I'm sad. He gave me the little.
Lyle, what's your finishing move?
My finishing move is that I don't want Alex to ruin my birthday. I want Alex to go to this AEW show.
I can't. I have to work. I'm serious.
What Publix do you work at?
495. I'll give you the store number. That's it.
No. Give me the phone number. I'm gonna call them and tell them that
No.
on the day of and say hello.
Oh,
No.
hold on. I think I know which one it is.
Oh, you do?
Hold on. Yes, I do. Hold on a second.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna call them and tell them that
It's
you're a family
it's
emergency.
it's in Publix. It's the one it's in Broker Creek, isn't it?
No.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Lie.
It is that one.
I'm not a good liar.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna call them.
It's Publix. It's
Tell them
supermarket
you're
in
a
Broker Creek.
family emergency,
Here it is. I got
and you can't go.
I'm gonna call the number. I'll get the number. I got it right. I'm gonna say the number right here live on the
Hold
air.
on. No,
Don't
call
do
them.
it. Don't do it.
Call
Don't do
them.
it.
Call them live on
No,
the air.
Josh,
Call
I'll
them
be
live on
really
the air.
mad if you do.
No, you won't, Alex. You're Alex.
Yes, I will be. I can't get fired right now, dude.
Here,
We're not gonna get you fired.
No, I'll give it to you off the air.
No, next week we're gonna call them.
I'll give you the number off the air. I'll call them, Alex. Alex, I'll call them. Wait, I have a question though, Alex. How do you have your schedule ready for
2 week? It's a 2 week thing in advance.
That's more than 2 weeks away.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks away, dude. It's like a month.
So you can go.
Yeah, dude. It's the 28th of September. This is
I
October
already-
23rd.
I don't know. I changed it, so.
Okay, Alex, I'm gonna fly down there. I'm gonna
people,
fly
like,
down
go.
there. I'm gonna buy tickets to the show.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly down there, and you and I are gonna go.
See, that you don't want.
Would you do it?
Nope, don't even do it because when I was in, don't even do it because when I was in nope, because when I was in Orlando, I asked Alex come hang out with me, and he chose to go to his event with his girlfriend rather than come and hang out with me when I was in Orlando.
Well, no offense, but I would probably.
I invited
rather
him
hang
3
out
different
with your
nights.
girlfriend than you.
That's fine. And in the end, what did it go?
That was too far.
Bros before hoes. Bros before hoes.
AEW before hoes. Come on.
Yep.
No.
Alex,
No.
you're going to that show.
No.
Alex, you're going to that show.
No. It's bros before hoes. Alex knows this. And when he said, no, Friday night, he said he couldn't hang. And Saturday night, he couldn't hang. And then I said, okay, come hang out Sunday. We could watch All Out together. He never responded to me.
I think we should talk to
I
Charlie.
was very sad.
And tell
I said-
him and tell him
I
that
said, Alex.
how hurt we are that he doesn't want to hang out with us.
Charlie's busy right
No, he's not. He's watching the freaking Nationals.
Well, I understand why.
I'm a Nationals fan. I'm telling you, that's not busy.
I understand why he doesn't want to hang out with you. Well, listen, I can tell you this firsthand.
I am a delightful
hanging out with
human
you
being.
is like a nightmare.
But he doesn't know
I
that.
don't know where you got that
He hasn't
information
been able
from.
to live that nightmare yet.
Well, he doesn't. Alex, do you want to know the information?
No.
See, there's your answer. I didn't even. He's so scared. He thinks that we're gonna call them Publix.
We are. We're gonna call them.
He's so
start
nervous.
the show
about
next
it.
week.
Please don't.
And talk to his boss.
Alex, we're not. Alex, Lyle, stop. We're not calling Publix, Alex.
Fine,
we're not gonna
fine,
call Publix.
fine.
Relax.
We'll have
we're not
Errol do
calling
it tomorrow
Publix.
on his show.
No, it's worse.
You know he would.
No, actually, Errol would probably say work is important.
Mm-hmm. He would.
No, we're not gonna have him call Alex. We're just gonna have him call and just like BS him on the phone.
You know we're joking, right? You do know we're kidding.
Maybe. You'll have to find out next week on Off the Mat.
Thanks for being serious.
He
Look
really
at him.
does.
Lyle, you're gonna give him a heart attack. He's stressing out right now.
I'm fine.
Wow, look what you did.
I've
I don't
never
think
seen
you're
him like
fine.
this before. No. He is like freaking out inside right now.
Yeah, 100% you're not right now. Look at him.
He's not happy. If my phone wasn't dead, I would have called him right now, okay?
Alex, do you really think I have the time? Alex,
No.
do you really think I have the time right now to call your public store to see if you could go to AEW? They probably know
No.
what's wrong with you. I mean, literally, like, come on, be real here. So, anyway,
So hold on, okay, we're gonna be real. If you are listening
you
to
do
our
know
show,
you have to come and visit, yes?
make sure you tune in next week at 9 o'clock, where we call Publix.
We're not calling Publix.
I want to know if they have any
Yeah, now
fried
you're pissing.
chicken.
Actually, you probably should stop.
They have great fried chicken there, from what I heard.
Fried chicken? Why don't you get fried chicken? You get the Alex just does it. Okay, Alex, what do you get at Publix when you're hungry?
Rotisserie chicken.
Oh, it's
Rotisserie chicken.
Okay.
No, you get what? No. What do you get when you're hungry? Like, what is it that they make there that's really good?
I just told you rotisserie chicken.
No,
he's from there. He knows.
What do you think? The floor of my life. Do you know how many times I Publix? There've been
I think he's been in Publix a little bit more times than
the
you,
sandwiches
Josh.
are very good. Yes.
Yeah, they are.
And the buffalo chicken dip.
Yep.
See? Told you. Yep. See? That's what you get. You don't get the rotisserie chicken. Where'd you get that from?
Josh, he's giving you a yes just to shut you up.
Yeah, I'm gonna. No, it's okay. I'm trying to be nice, but that's okay. Even though he didn't want to hang out with, it's all good.
Yeah, that's so mean, Alex.
You
hurt his feelings.
Yeah, Alex, why didn't you want to hang out with me, man?
After everything he's done for you.
Yeah, I think I've done. Look at him. He doesn't even know what to say.
No, he has no idea. He doesn't know if we're serious.
He has no idea what to say. He doesn't. I know he doesn't. Oh, Alex, you know we're kidding with you, right?
No, he has no idea.
Okay, he knows we're joking. Shut up. He knows we're kidding. Oh, look, Mandy Rose holding the NXT Women's Championship. Okay. Okay, my
Kane touch it first.
Huh?
Josh.
Josh.
Finally, he shut the fuck up.
He's frozen.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, Alex, why don't you go with your finishing move?
I already did.
What was it? Tell us where you work?
With the AEW show in Orlando?
Oh, that's right. Yep, you did. We are going to make sure you go to that show.
No, I can't, dude.
Let's get some elevator music, maybe some Jeopardy tunes.
I can't though.
It's okay. We're trying to wait for Josh to arrive.
Josh.
Oh, he's gone. Okay.
All right, I'll just end it then. I'll just end it.
Send us home, Alex.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Off the Mat. Please make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Off the Mat WWSRN_radio. And as always, download the WWSRN app. It is absolutely free. You get all of our show articles, show replays on there. All exclusive content from the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. So please check that all out. And please tune in next week, same time, same place, every Tuesday night at 8
Except
p.m.
we're going to be live from Publix in Florida.
And so that's going to do it. Kenny Omega, what do you have to say? Take it away.
I must bid you adieu, so say with me now if you know it. Goodbye, and good night.
Thank you for listening to Off the Mat on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, your source for all things wrestling and sports entertainment. It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player,